Hey guys, so let's talk about UFC 215. This is a pretty good card. It did get overshadowed a little bit by Mayweather McGregor in August, but if you miss this card, you miss some great fights. So let's talk about it. The first fight of the night was Jeremy Stephens versus Gilbert Melendez. This fight I really liked because Jeremy Stephens had an amazing performance. Jeremy Stephens is a boxer. He's got pretty good wrestling, and his game plan in this fight was pretty obvious. It was to attack the legs. That's what Edson Barboza did against Gilbert, and it worked pretty well. And Gilbert is more of a boxer and a wrestler, and so he's not used to leg kicks, and he can't box very well once his legs are hurting because boxing takes just as much legs as it does hands. It was a great fight for Jeremy Stephens, and if you guys are wondering why Gilbert wasn't shooting in for double legs or anything towards the end, it's because his legs were busted up. He collapsed 5 or 6 times. It was crazy. Jeremy Stephens had an amazing performance. He needs a couple more like that, and he'll get a title shot soon. And I rate that fight about 7 out of 10. Okay, the second fight on the card was Ilir Latifi versus Tyson Pedro. Ilir Latifi, I think, is one of the best wrestlers in the light heavyweight division, and Tyson Pedro is an up-and-coming prospect, and I could see him doing really well soon. But Ilir Latifi is just, he's too strong. Tyson Pedro couldn't stop the takedowns, and Tyson started gassing out later in the fight, which was surprising because it surprised me because Ilir Latifi is really big, and usually the bigger guys gas out quicker. But he lasted the whole 3 rounds and out wrestled him the whole time. Great performance for Ilir Latifi. Surprised me coming off that knockout loss against Ryan Bader. And I'll rate this fight an 8 out of 10. The third fight of the card was Henry Cejudo versus Wilson Hayes. I think that this was the most surprising fight of the night for sure because Henry Cejudo looked amazing. He had a karate base, and that's weird for a wrestler. He's a gold medalist in wrestling in the Olympics, and he's one of the youngest people to ever do it. And he had some awesome striking out there, and I think he could rival Demetrius Johnson soon. I really liked this fight because of how surprising it was, and I could see Henry Cejudo getting a title shot soon. I'll give this fight a 9 out of 10 because Henry Cejudo looked awesome out there. The co-main event of the card was Neil Magny versus Rafael dos Anjos. This fight, I kind of predicted this would happen. Neil Magny he does have a good ground game, but against Rafael dos Anjos, Rafael is just on a whole nother level on the ground. And he swept his leg early in the fight, and once it got to the ground, I think a lot of people knew that it was over. But Rafael dos Anjos, his ground game looked amazing. He's always been super well-rounded, and now that the weight cut isn't killing him at welterweight, I think that he should be next in line for a title shot against Tyron Woodley. This fight was very, very quick, and yeah, I give it a about an 8 out of 10. Now, the main event of the evening, Amanda Nunes versus Valentina Shevchenko 2. This fight was two different fights, and if you're a just casual fan watching this fight, you'd think it was boring. But if you're gonna be critical about it, it was a technical masterpiece. Amanda Nunes' striking is so much better than in the first fight, and Valentina Shevchenko's grappling is a lot better, and her striking improved too, just not as much. And Amanda Nunes, she kind of took it slow in the first few rounds so that she wouldn't gas out like in the first fight. And she surprised me. She didn't grapple at all. I figured it would be a grappling match, but didn't even take her down at all, even attempted to until the 5th round. And I thought it was going to be over when she took Valentina's back, but couldn't really do anything there. And this decision was very controversial. Personally, I think that Amanda Nunes won the fight. I don't know how you guys think. Post it in the comments below. But, yeah, for me, in a critical way, it was a good fight. Just a casual fan looking to watch some good fights probably wasn't that good. So, I'll give this fight about 6 out of 10 for audience rating and 9 out of 10 for critical rating. So yeah, guys, overall, this UFC 215 was pretty good card. It wasn't as stacked as a lot of the cards, but I'm finding out recently that a lot of the cards with more of the unknown fighters are having way better performances than the cards that are really stacked. And if you guys missed this card, you should watch it right now. I thought it was great. Overall, I give this card 9 out of 10. Great performances. Maybe not more well-known fighters as UFC 214, but pretty good card. Uh, Next week, I will be reviewing Luke Rockhold versus David Branch. See you then. Bye.